Good day, ma'am. I am Anamiki Sahan from Bangladesh E1. I am here to report about the MH3 Consumer Education, which is the Module 6 Savings and Investments. What is savings? Savings, which is basically the difference between income and expenditure, can be quite complex. It may be three kinds. First, it may be planned savings to provide for some definite future purposes. Second, it may be money saved to bring an inadequate cash balance up to normal. Third, it may be the money that is saved deliberately but just happen to accumulate. Types of real savings. A. Liquid assets. These are saved cash or any security that can easily be converted into cash. Probably the best known method of achieving this form of saving is that conscientiously laying aside dollars or cash. 1. Chartered banks. Chartered banks, these operate under the Bank Act in Canada and act as both savings and commercial banks. All such banks in Canada are privately owned by, function under charters from the Dominion government. Hence, they are known as chartered banks. Each chartered bank has numerous branches, and each branch enjoys considerable independence, although all are linked together by head office. Although these banks have been luckily referred to as institutions where you can borrow money if you can present sufficient evidence to show that you don't need it, they have distinct advantages for the prospective saver. A. They provide of a safe place for money. B. They encourage thrift because the banks try to persuade the individual to keep his money in the bank so that the bank can use it. C. They pay an interest charge for the use of the deposit. It usually amounts of 3% per annum, based on the minimum quarterly balance and credited to the account semi-annually. D. The deposit can be withdrawn at any time to meet an unforeseen emergency. So we also have number 2 of the liquid assets, which is the saving banks. These banks may accept deposits but not can carry on the usual banking business of chartered banks. The use of these banks as savings devices has the same advantages as those chartered banks. And we have number 3, Post Office Savings Bank. Established in 1867, this is the oldest savings bank in Canada. Its purpose at that time was to enlarge the facilities now available for the deposit of small savings, to make the post office available for that purpose, and to give the direct security of the Dominion to every depositor for repayment of all money deposited by him together with the interest due thereon. We have number 4, credit unions. These have become in the last 20 years increasingly popular for savings. Credit unions are in some ways like other finance institutions. They accept savings deposits, they make loans, members have passbooks and can withdraw savings at any time. Although some of the form of notice may be required and dividends are paid on the share basis. These institutions have the advantage of providing for an aggressive program of regular saving. However small, with the fund created becoming a form of collateral to be loaned to members in the form of credit. Thus, in reality, the man using credit borrows from savings in any form of these forms are known as liquid assets, meaning that they are readily convertible into cash. Of course, it is possible to use one's money in other way, namely in investments. These are also liquid assets since they can convert it into cash of varying amounts. Some of the ways by which a person can invest his money are through purchase of insurance, bonds, or stocks, or through investment in mutual funds. B. Liquid assets. Sometimes these are referred to as fixed assets, in that they are more permanent and therefore less liquid. 1. Real estate. Real estate is considered to be lands and everything attached to them, such as trees, fences, buildings, or the like, all immovable property. It is true that some people speculate by buying and beyond the city limits, hoping that someday the population may move out to the areas purchased. They have hopes of buying by the acre and selling by the foot. However, this should only be undertaken by those who have plenty of surplus funds and by those who are prepared to wait for years before reward can be reaped. 2. Furnishing. This is a form of savings involved in the accumulation of serviceable, well-constructed furniture, electrical appliances, carpets, and the other long-lasting furnishing that forms of the Canadian home. All these items, while both seemingly, are really bundles of service that will last for years. It is advisable to plan to accumulate savings of both liquid and non-liquid varieties. Money savings are valuable when special services for illness, education, or retirement are required, but obtaining a comfortable, well-furnished home cannot be underrated as a form of wise non-liquid savings. Credit can be used as a form of savings. If consumers use their credit intelligently, they are not necessarily signing away their future income without having something to show for it. If the consumer has used the credit wisely, however, when the next month rolls around, the product for which he is paying should still exist and be in good condition. They should become valuable assets. To purchase a refrigerator using credit could consist of entering a contract to save monthly. Buying on credit, if done with wisdom, can provide a type of non-liquid assets that constitutes a genuine form of savings. And that's all for the MHC Consumer Education 1. Thank you.